Guys, I'm gonna be reviewing my son's whole sleeper collection today. So if you're a new parent or you're about to become a parent, make sure to watch this video to find out which sleepers are worth your money. Okay, first we're gonna talk about the Joe Fresh sleeper. This is a 6 to 12 month sleeper. This one I actually found at a thrift store. However, I do have one or two other Joe Fresh sleepers. This one in particular doesn't have any footies on it, and I do tend to like to put him in footies more than not, just because his feet do get a little cold. But Joe Fresh has wonderful prints. Their fabric is super soft, feels like really good quality, really stretchy. The only thing to be mindful of with Joe Fresh is that their arms and wrist cuffs are very narrow. So if you have a baby with like chunky little wrists, then this sleeper potentially might not work for you. There was a sleeper I had for him with little tractors on it, and I got it in the 0 to 3 month size. And so he could keep wearing the same sleeper. I bought the 3 to 6 month size off a friend. And then when I put it on him, the wrists were like really tight. So I don't know if it's just because this one's been used quite a bit that it's like kind of stretched out, it's a bit older, but sadly that one does not fit him. So just to be mindful if you have a baby that's like a little bit larger, or to just size up in them because they do fit snug. Okay, next one, I have this. This one I found thrifted, so I sadly don't know what brand it is to share with you guys, but it is so tacky in like the best way possible, like a tacky that is very cute on a little baby. It has little grippy bottoms, and my husband and I are big F1 fans, so it has like vintage race cars on it, and then also on the bum it has like the little print here. So many levels of tacky in the best way possible. It's also very thick and cozy material. It almost feels like a hybrid between a sleeper and a sleep sack. So on those really cold winter nights, he could wear this in a sleep sack and be fine and not wake up because he's too cold. But again, sadly, if anyone knows what brand this is from, let me know, but I sadly don't know. Next we have Purr. I believe that's how you say it, P-E-H-R. I bought this onesie from them on clearance. Has these cute little buttons at the front and then buttons all along like the crotch area. I really like the fabric, not see-through. He just looks so insanely cute in this. Again, not the greatest for him to sleep in because there are no footies on it, but pretty good for lounging around the house. It's not the onesie I reach for the most, but I definitely reach for this a lot. Okay, next we have so many of these just because they're so insanely cheap. They're the Peckle onesies from Costco. There's something like horribly wrong with them. It's just they're the cheapest onesies we own, so I personally don't reach for them that often. My husband is obsessed with them. They just like aren't my favorite prints. We just have like stuff that's a lot cuter and like with nicer fabric, so I don't hate them, but they're just not my favorite. We just have so many beautiful onesies that I personally reach for way more often. However, like if we're talking like bang for your buck, yes, get the Peckle onesies. They're good. There's nothing wrong with them, that's for sure. Hence why we have so many. Okay, I'm obsessed with this brand, Miles the Label. I had been served this brand on Instagram ads for a really long time and kept window shopping without buying anything, and then they finally had a really good sale, and so I snagged this and a cute little t-shirt onesie at the same time. I don't know what it is about it. They kind of look the same as the Peckle onesies, but I just really like this one a lot. Like I like the zipper is diagonal. I think the print is so cute. The fabric is nice and thick. It's also like got a good stretch to it. Personally, big fan. I'm happy I also got them on sale. Next time they have a sale, I'll definitely be getting a few more of these. As far as price and item goes, the Old Navy onesies are by far my favorite. They're only like a couple dollars more expensive than the Peckle ones because Old Navy always has sales online. So you can get these like pretty cheap. They're just my favorite. I like the weight of the fabric. The ribbed ones are extremely stretchy, so they really have like a long wear to them. They have double zippers, even though I personally don't ever zip from the bottom. But what I really like about the Old Navy ones, especially I'd say like under the age of 6 months, is that they have the mitten cuffs. So if you have a baby that is like recently being unswaddled and scratching at their face, or their hands are getting super cold, I am obsessed with the fact that you have the mitten cuffs readily available to you. Not very many brands do this. I know Kite does, but like the price comparison, like the Old Navy ones and Kite, day and night. Also, I really like the prints. They have a lot of basic colors as well. You just really can't go wrong. As far as like a more cost-effective option, 100% I'm obsessed with the Old Navy ones. Okay, these are probably my favorite onesies. They are the Hannah Andersson onesies. Now these ones don't have footies on them either, but I'm just so obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with the fabric, the prints. These are so cute. They have so many amazing prints on their website, like so cute. I'm obsessed with everything on the Hannah Andersson website, and I can't recommend them enough. They fit quite snug, so I would definitely size up, especially if you have a larger baby, but they do have quite a bit of stretch to them. I'd say my only complaint is that they don't have the footies on them, and then also because this one's a darker color, for example, when you stretch it, the color does like lighten a little bit, but I mean, it doesn't really bug me. I'm personally all about the vibe and aesthetic, and so I'm just obsessed with how cute these prints are. Next, we have Carter's. Now, the Carter's fleecy ones specifically, we didn't start using these until pretty recently because he was born in the spring, and so it was just too hot over the summer for him to wear anything like this. He has been wearing them every now and then. I would just be mindful. I've heard fleece is not the greatest. It's not like super breathable for them, so they can overheat very easily. So I would really only use fleece onesies on days or on nights where it's very cold. At the beginning of the season for us, especially like in our house, some of the rooms we have a bit of a hard time temperature regulating. So there were a couple nights where it was quite cold in his room and he was sleeping in these. And I think if he was not sleeping in these and like in something a bit thinner, he probably would have woken up a ton of times. So definitely get a couple of these fleece ones. I probably wouldn't stock up on a ton of them, but good to have a couple of them on hand for those odd cold nights. Okay, last and probably my most controversial take is kite. I am not obsessed with kite, which I feel like is gonna ruffle a few feathers. I got a few snap kite onesies off Facebook Marketplace, and then I got gifted a couple zipper onesies. Do I think these are great gifts to give and be given? Yes. Am I gonna spend $50 on one bamboo onesie? No. I think there's just so many better options out there, and personally, I'm just not like so insanely obsessed with their prints or their colors. If I'm gonna spend money on a onesie, I'd personally gravitate more towards Miles the Label or Hannah Andersson. Even like their prints and styles are a bit more my taste. And I know that there are a ton of other brands right now that are also doing bamboo, but yeah, like I got gifted this one at my baby shower, so he wore this for a couple months maybe. I mean, I will say they stretch so much, so you do get a lot of wear out of them, but it's like pilled, which isn't like the hugest deal ever, but if you spend $50 on a onesie, you want them to last a really long time. I will say the pluses for these onesies is, again, like the Old Navy ones, they do have the mitten cuffs, which is wonderful, especially for younger babies. Because they are thin, they are very nice and breathable, so if you do have a baby who runs hot, mine does, it's definitely a good option. And again, they're super stretchy, so your baby can get a lot of wear out of them. And then one last positive thing is that because this has such a cult-like following, they do have very good resale value. So you'll know that at least if you're gonna be selling them afterwards, you're gonna get some of your money back. All right, thus concludes our baby onesie review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully I didn't offend some of you kite lovers too much. And make sure to send this video to a new mother or expecting mother, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Bye guys.